What's Machi Koro?
Machi Koro is a city building game that uses card drafting and dice rolling. It's usually for about 2 to 4 players, but if you use the Harbor expansion, which is the one we're going to be building today, it can be played with up to 5. It's rated to work mostly with ages 10 and up, but I would say that depending on who your child is, you can probably play with someone who's a little bit younger as long as you give them a bit of help whenever it comes to some of the different actions that you're going to be using.
Well, how do you win?
So you've got 4 landmarks that you play with. And the way that you win, and this is also in-game, is by being able to build all of those landmarks. And you'll notice down at the bottom, it will have a number in a yellow circle. That's how much coins that you have to have in order to build those landmarks.
So what can you do on your turn?
You've got 3 different actions. The first thing you're going to do, obviously, is going to be rolling the actual dice. Once you've rolled the dice, you go ahead and collect income. There is a series that you go through for collecting income, and that's based off of card types. So going over the types of cards real quickly, you'll notice they all have different colors. If it is a red card, that is only collecting income whenever someone else rolls the number, and they're going to be rolling this number here at the top. If it is a green card, you only collect for green whenever you roll that number. A purple card, you only collect whenever you roll that number. And a blue card, you collect from whenever anyone rolls that number. You collect income first from the red card, so this is going to be like your standard US. You pay your debts first. And then after that, you'll go ahead and collect for the green and the blue. And then once you collect for green and blue, you'll collect for purple. So that's kind of the role you go whenever it comes to collecting income. And once you've collected all your income, at that point in time, if you want to build something, you can go ahead and do that.
How do you build?
So you have these numbers down here in the corner in the yellow circles. That's going to be the amount of those particular cards. And you go ahead and pay the amount for the card in order to build it. So like with this stadium, it's 6 coins. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 6. And then I would go ahead and take that stadium card in order to build it. Now, you can only build once per turn. You can build as much of the cards as is available. So if you want 6 ranches, go ahead and build them if they're out there. The only ones that you have a limited number for building are going to be the purple cards, so the business center, the stadium, and the TV station, and then the landmarks that you start with. After that, it just changes to the next person. The other thing I want to go ahead and bring up while we're sitting here talking about it is going to be the little symbols that you'll see on some of these cards. Obviously, these guys, I say obviously, it's probably not as obvious to you guys. These guys are going to be at major establishments, and you'll notice that's the same symbol that you'll find on the landmark cards. So again, just remember, that means you can only build one of it. But you'll also notice, so for some of them, like the furniture factory, it has a little gear down here in the description of what you can do with the card, and that gear links up to the forest, which has the same gear symbol on it, and the mine. And so what that basically is saying is if you have a furniture factory, anywhere that you see that symbol, the furniture factory goes into effect whenever it comes to calculating income. And you calculate income, it gets multiplied by the amount of cards that you have for that particular type. So that's the basics of Machi Koro. We're going to be playing with the Harbor expansion. Now the Harbor expansion is not terribly different. The biggest things that you're going to note is going to be that you have 3 extra establishments. City Hall is going to be automatically built whenever you start the game. So you have 6 total that you need to try and get into play. The other thing that you'll note with the Harbor expansion is you have a bunch of extra cards available to you to go ahead and play them. But it works out a little bit differently. So you've got the tuna boat, the mackerel boat, the pizza joint, all that different kind of stuff. But you do not actually set these out in the same spread that you do for the standard game. What you're going to do is shuffle all of these cards together, and then we're going to pretend like this is a shuffle, and then you deal out the marketplace until you have 10 different establishments. And so if you're dealing out and you get multiple establishments at the same time, you just stack them on each other until you end up with 10 different establishments to set up your marketplace. And you keep going, so if you end up losing one, like someone purchases all of the apple orchards, you would just draw again from your large deck in order to replace that missing establishment. And that is the basics of the game. Any questions?
I don't think so.
Awesome, let's get started. Okay, so we have gotten our marketplace set up. As you can see, it's kind of a hodgepodge of different items. And the way you start the game is who has traveled most recently. So because you've actually been in town for a little while.
I got back in town Thursday night.
So I guess, if we're going with travel, technically Lauren and I had to travel to get here.
Are you gonna let that count? You never let that count.
I know, but I'm having sympathy for you today. You can either accept it or start.
I'll just start. We'll just keep things consistent. 6, which helps no one. Somebody else should have started. All right, I'm going to buy the flower orchard.
And we've got a hamburger stand now.
If y'all are okay with it, I'm okay with just letting it fill in the space of whatever happened before, not necessarily having to keep it in number order. Because it's going to take up a lot of time.
Okay.
I know it's going to bother the OCD.
Okay, I'm okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
5.
Doesn't help anybody yet. I'm going to buy it.
Warehouse is new. Okay.
2.
2.
Yay!
I did something.
I get 1. You're just paying off.
I'm going to purchase a convenience store.
2.
All right.
Get 1. And I am going to I'm gonna buy the flower shop.
One. Ooh, we'll get something.
Is that 1? Or is that 6?
No, that's 1.
That's 1.
That's 6.
You're right. Okay, I will purchase a convenience store. Not just yet. Nothing new yet.
1.
Also got one.
Next one.
Thank you.
I am going to go ahead and flip over my train station. So flipping over the train station, I can roll 1 or 2 dice. It is an option.
Okay. 5.
Helps no one yet.
Nope, not a soul. I am going to buy the hamburger stand.
A convenience store. Tax office.
What does that do?
Take half rounded down of the coins from each player who has 10 coins or more only on your turn.
Fancy.
Right?
I know who's
Love
buying
it.
that one.
Right. 3.
You get 1.
I do get 1.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. I'll just buy it first.
Flower orchard.
Alright, Brenda.
Brenda.
1.
Have enough money to do anything. Okay.
4.
and buy the ranch.
Not yet. She's still putting stuff out.
1. I am gonna go ahead and buy a convenience store.
Three.
You keep rolling 3s, man.
Easier to put coins here.
Yes. I'll buy an apple orchard.
Five. Still the most useless one.
Really, guys? I got nothing. I'm not buying anything. I can't buy anything.
6. I get 1 coin for each flower shop or flower orchard I own. So that's 2. Yay.
Cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and buy fruit and vegetable market.
Okay.
5.
Useless. I have no money, so
So you
because
get
I
1
get
coin?
one from the bank, and I'm using it to buy that bakery.
Brenda.
Well, flip new cards in.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have a flower shop.
4.
Haha! 3 coins from the bank. On my turn.
I get 2 points from the bank for my flower orchard.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm actually gonna do this for me. I think I am going to purchase orchard.
5. Swear to goodness.
I want my forests.
Okay, I'm gonna pass for now. Well, I'm gonna buy a flower shop I like. I didn't see the flower shop.
Hey!
It's your forest! Now can you roll enough dice to get your forest?
Depending on what I roll.
What is it? 3!
Oh, you did.
Where are you?
You don't have any coins.
I have no idea.
I don't either. Hello, my
I'm
forest. My beautiful forest.
Oh, God.
Oh, joy. I know what Chelsea's going for next.
Maybe, maybe not. You never know. 3!
Chelsea, I love you, but you're moderately predictable in certain areas.
But watch, now that we have said this, she will
Yeah,
choose
pretty
something
much.
else.
Very
Just
true.
to be deliberately,
Very true.
just to be deliberately challenging. Sounds about right for me.
Okay.
But see,
I'm not doing
is
anything.
she going to do that to spite us? Even though
1.
it's probably the best move she can make right now.
You know, honestly, you're absolutely correct.
Right?
It's the best move I can make right now. 1. Pay up.
Can I get anything?
Yeah.
Very
Two twos.
two twos.
You can also purchase the
Harder. Yes, but I can't roll. What? 10. 10
Yeah.
or more. I can't roll 2 dice yet, so what's the point? I will.
5. There you go, Lauren.
Alright.
Okay.
Zip, zip.
4.
Alright.
You do get stuff on this turn. You do get stuff.
3,
Eh. Coins everywhere.
6. Okay. I have money now. I'm so rich. Let's.
That's why my brain went.
Well, intentionally killing wasps. Now I have to go sweep them up so no birdies get them and get sick. But
Alright.
It's the
5.
I'm gonna take one.
What did you buy?
Oh! Before buying, get 1 coin from the bank if you have 0.
City Hall. Gotta love it. You gonna get the bakery or no?
No, I'm not. I need to keep I keep forgetting that I can actually roll too.
1. Sometimes I forget we're filming.
Me too.
No, sometimes it's not. Okay, alright. 3.
How many?
1.
For now.
It's Brenda's turn.
It
I'll
is
take both,
Brenda's
thank
turn.
you.
Oh, she's taking both. 7. Yep, nobody has a 7 right now.
And yeah, you're right.
He died.
I know, it was very sad.
Okay, die please. 3. Okay, red coin.
Seattle going on over there.
Me or her?
You have a stadium.
Yeah.
I pictured as Seattle because there's the opportunity for a harbor.
Fair enough.
I mean, I guess you could always pick
Flip.
something in California or so.
4.
4. 2. Because I'm about to use a bunch of it. Yeah.
Okay, Brenda. 2.
It's okay, I can't roll 2 dice yet.
Again.
This one's really scary when you have to.
And also, she has to roll those, not you.
Yeah.
I know. I'm still scared. No take on nada.
Okay. Are you gonna buy the bakery? 2. I get 1. frankly shocked you didn't do that earlier. I was like putting money on the fact you were going to do that first. Alright, next.
That's okay. Maybe you don't remember to challenge me for it.
8. 2, please.
She has 2 hamburger stands. Hey, but now you can get one for free from the city. When you don't have your harbor?
No, that was what I was gonna purchase with the 2 coins Chelsea just took from me.
Die, please. 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go ahead and flip my train station. Four.
4. I will go ahead and flip my train station also. Eight.
2, please. Can I have the coin? Are you gonna buy? Three. And I get 1 point from the bank. And
You gotta start doing like speed rounds.
you're gonna have to start doing speed rounds, sorry, man. Seven.
All right.
Oh crap.
1 coin from each player for each cup and bread establishment you have.
2, 3, 4, 5,
That's okay.
6, 7, 8, 9.
For each they have or you have?
They have.
Thank you.
Wait, she's gonna win now.
I don't
Not
care.
necessarily.
Okay. Brandon's turn.
This time, just flip my shopping mall.
1, 4. Well, let's take it. Harbor. 2. My plans are ruined.
Yeah, but I'm doing my job right.
I do not approve of your job.
Flip, flip.
Yeah, Forest is back. Though we haven't rolled that many 5s.
Anymore.
Anymore.
10. 2 coins, please.
Flip, flip.
Flippy flip.
Pizza dough.
Oh. If you have,
You have a harbor.
you get as many coins as the dice total.
So 12.
Snap.
3 times 3?
9.
9.
So,
Everyone makes sense of what I just did.
yep.
I'm probably on any game where I can be a slumlord.
As long as you know it.
I'll freely admit it. Where did you? You took my pizza joint.
Booyah, baby!
I can't believe you took my pizza joint.
I can.
It's okay. You can still get a family restaurant or a sushi bar.
Oh, we know Chelsea loves sushi.
Yeah, totally. But, I
Also-
mean, she's already got the harbor.
No, thank you on either of those. Okay, hold on. That's that. Based off of that.
I can always do a game time on my phone if we really need to.
Wait. I don't think we did that correctly.
What?
On anyone's turn, the current player rolls 2 dice. If you have a harbor, you get as many coins as the dice total. So
Oh, we should have rolled that.
right, so
Re-rolled for the tuna boat.
Too late now.
yeah,
It is.
but going forward,
Yeah. Chelsea didn't get any money.
I'm gonna go ahead and
flip it.
flip the radio tower. Four.
Okay.
Dreading certain numbers rolled by Lauren right now.
Oh, don't be too scared yet.
Oh no, shaky in my boots. Brenda. Nine. 2 coins, please. Lauren does. 5 coins, woman.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Flippity floppity.
Wheat. 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 Wheat.
I
Isn't
need
that
the
French
other
for
die.
8?
I do not know anything about it.
Before we operate based off of this turn, I'm going to re-roll. Okay?
So sad.
Why?
So sad.
I know. Because
A coin.
gets me
A
nothing.
coin.
8 gets me nothing as well.
Oh, wait. If you have a harbor, get 3 points from the island's turn. Thank you. I appreciate this. It's better than the
Well,
pizza
At
joint.
least I didn't have to pay you, so.
Buying anything?
I'm thinking. Okay. $10. 2 coins, please.
6 coins.
Flip, flip.
$7. No,
My
but
turn
it's a
only.
purple. My
Oh.
turn only. Cheese Factory is the other 7.
Which is also your turn.
Totally.
I am going to.
You can also, or 10 or total, you can add 2. What's next? What's next? Which one? 5. Pause. Re-rolling.
9.
9.
Why, thank you. That's even better.
Shit.
You get really good at this re-rolling thing.
Okay, roll the dice.
Yeah.
Roll.
Go ahead and roll.
6.
6. And she did the amusement part, so if you roll doubles, you get to roll again. Or take a whole nother turn.
Thankfully, time doubles are useful.
I know. 2. Used to having a range.
I feel like with the expansion, we move to rolling 2 dice a lot faster than we do
Definitely.
normally.
Definitely.
No, thank you.
Pause. Rerolling.
10.
10.
That works too.
Hold on. If it's 10, you may add 2 onto your total on your turn only. Yeah, 12, baby. Okay. First, we'll roll for the mackerel. And we get 3. Right?
For the mackerel.
Or tuna.
The tuna boat.
Tuna boat. Next, get 2 coins from the bank for each grain establishment that you own. So grain establishment, I own 4, so that's 8. Right? 4 times 2.
Yeah.
Next, get 2 points from the bank for each cup establishment that you own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10, right?
Chelsea made bank.
This may end up being a quick game.
Relatively.
Relatively quick. Alright, I'm going to flip over my shopping mall.
So all of your cup and
bread.
is that bread?
That's bread.
I guess.
It's not bread, it's store.
Earn 1 extra coin.
Yep.
But it's a bakery. A bakery is bread.
The other one's convenience store. It's your turn.
That sounds
And the
bread
flower
too.
shop. I think you're gonna have a hard time justifying the flower shop as bread.
Yeah, okay. Can't do that one.
5. It does nothing for
Okay.
me.
Why not? Flip.
Pizza joint.
Okay, Brenda. Okay, 2 coins, please. Thanks.
Alright.
8. Pause. Rerolling. 3. Well, at least I get a coin. And flip this one. Okay.
This might be a quick game.
8.
All right. Finally. Do you have more than 10 coins?
No? Well, 1, 2, 3,
You have more
4,
than 10
5,
coins. I get
6,
half rounded
7,
down.
8, 9.
Okay.
Oh, I lied. 10.
So
Is
I
it
get
more than?
who has 10 coins or more?
Okay, what do you get?
Half rounded down.
Okay. Here you go. Here's five.
Thank you. And then 8. 3 coins for each. That's 1, 2, 3. 9 times 3, 27.
Crap.
Okay.
She's going for the airport.
Yeah.
I'm thinking so.
That's a pretty nice card to have in general.
Yep.
So on the airport, if you build nothing on your turn, you get 10 points from the bank.
No.
I know how I would handle the rest of the game after that.
Right?
Oh, 11. Sure you don't want to add 2 points to that?
I don't. Oh,
Why? You get nothing right now.
I didn't realize. I was not an observation.
Yeah, but you do it and she gets it too. Well, I just took half the money, so
Yep.
that's okay.
I still have to get 30 from 5. So you're adding 2 points and this is your tuna boat rule?
Yes,
Okay.
that was a good catch right there.
Well, like Lauren pointed out, this does benefit me.
8. I'm okay with that. I was actually talking about me catching the dice whenever it almost went off the table. But that too.
Pause, please. 8, pause. Rerolling.
Gosh, what's new in your face?
Right.
You pause.
4. I get 6.
It's okay.
Plus an extra 1. Okay. And so I'll just hang on. Seven.
I'll take it. How much do I give you?
1 coin.
And you give me 1 coin.
I
And
give you 2 coins because you have flipped your
Yep.
amusement park, right?
Yep. Or shopping
Or
mall.
your shopping mall.
Alright.
I get 1 coin from each player for each cup and store establishment that you have.
Whenever they say that you have. Still fine. Never mind.
They mean everything, right?
That's what I was taking it as.
Oh my god, Lauren might win. Lauren's pulling up from behind because all she has left is her harbor at 2 points.
I don't know, Chels.
$12. Roll. 10.
I don't know, that might be enough for Charles.
It might have in the past. I don't know since you drained my supply.
I'm at a point right now where I'm just kind of like, just buy it and flip it. Get as close as you can. Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? You got it? Are you there? Are you there?
Pause.
3.
There.
Rerolling.
Are you there? You got it? Are you there?
7.
Pay Brenda.
I have to, don't I?
Yep.
Alright,
Was that what you needed? Do you not have it anymore?
I hate you. Okay, alright, I can't.
Was it because I took a coin?
No.
I was about to be super excited.
No, because I had 20. So you're taking me from 21 to 20 does not get, like, it doesn't, no.
I would have been happy if
Lauren, your turn.
I'm only gonna roll 1 dice this time.
6.
I get 2 coins from all players.
And she wins!
And I flip it with Harbor, and I win!
Woo! Bravo!
Nice.
Alright, that's the game.
So that is Machi Koro. What did you guys think?
I won!
I was winning. Your evil purple ones took away all my coins.
That's the idea. That's why I get them. Although it wasn't really the purple ones that won it for me, they certainly helped, but the one roll where I could get the 8 with the furniture factories.
No, here's the thing. The purple ones prevented me from winning.
Yes.
I would have won if you hadn't rolled that 7. I would have run on my next turn.
Fair enough.
So, yes, the furniture factory made it easier for you win, but the purple ones stopped me from winning.
Okay. That's my problem. I play the long game. Like, I set myself up to win. Just one of these 2 usually beats me to it.
Yeah.
It worked out this time.
It did.
And I still fantasize that my pizza joint steal of 1 coin has helped prevent Chelsea from winning. I'm choosing to live in that fantasy. I know it's wrong, but I live in it.
Whatever. But yeah, I really like this expansion. Actually, I like it more than the original.
I agree.
And it's probably my favorite, but we tend to stick to this one. We haven't played the other ones very often. So this is the one I'm most familiar with outside of the original.
Yeah, we haven't played Millionaire's Row, which that's the final one. I've got everything for it. We just haven't broken it out yet to try it. And that one, this one I think is nice because it gives you a little bit more of a randomness with the cards that you don't get with the base game. Because with the base game, I think it can suffer a little bit in the fact that since all the cards are the same, you can use your same strategy over and over and over again to win, and it just kind of depends on what the dice roll is. So with this one, I think the randomizing of the marketplace makes it kind of nice. And then with Millionaire's Row, what ends up happening is some of your different establishments can go under construction, and so you can't use them until you can get them out of that construction phase. So I think once we do play that, it adds another kind of nice strategy element, and I think all of that together kind of levels the field with Machi Koro a little bit more than the way that the strategy in Settlers of Catan works. So I think from that perspective, this is a little bit easier to work with if you get frustrated by the settlement building in Settlers of Catan.
Yeah, this definitely is. It's also a lot faster than Catan is regularly.
Yes.
I think we play through this faster. And it's just less strategy. I don't know. This game to me is a lot more lighthearted.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a little less intense.
Yeah, but there's still a good competitive edge, especially when you're playing the Harbor expansion, because, you know, if you take the only one available, that might not be available for a while. So if somebody else had their eye on it, it can really screw with them. So that's really nice.
I also find it funny, I don't know if you guys do this, but I have a tendency to start imagining my town as I'm building it. I notice I try and stay away from certain establishments, less because of the strategy and more because I'm kind of like, I don't want to bring that into my town.
Slumlord, right here.
Yes,
Yes.
very much so.
Chelsea usually tends to rule the red cards, the ones where a player has to pay another one.
Yep.
This game it didn't work out for her as well as it usually does. She's usually a lot more on top of stealing all of our coins. That was kind of my
Just
job
the
this
luck
time,
of the
which
die.
was nice.
Yeah.
And I think this has probably been the first time that we've honestly used the purple cards. Because I feel like...
We've pulled them before, but we don't roll them.
Not
Well,
much.
I think we don't pull them as much, especially if we're playing just the base game. We don't have a tendency to pull them as much just because you can get coins more easily from other cards. So I think this has probably been the first time that I've seen them actively been put to use.
Yeah, definitely. And I like some of the advantages that the base cards you have here give with the Harbor expansion. The ability to re-roll your dice is really nice. This isn't
That's an
Harbor.
original.
That's,
The ability to... No, what I meant is the ability to roll doubles. That's the one I was
yeah.
going for. Roll again and take another turn after you roll doubles is really nice because that seems so instinctual to me, based on playing Monopoly forever. So I like having that as a part of it. And then the whole you can add 2 to your rolls, it just mixes it up a little bit and
Yeah.
means that you can stop people and add 2 and get things to your advantage. So
Well, the other cool thing about the harbor is that so many of the cards that you get with the harbor expansion are reliant on you actually building the harbor before you can even use those.
yeah.
And then the other thing with Settlers of Catan, particularly the City and Knights expansion, some of the different advantages that you get as you build, depending on what you have, they're pretty easy to build and get those additional, like being able to pull whatever resource you want or getting, my brain is blanking. But the biggest one that I can think of at the moment is pulling whatever resource you want from the bank. You can get to those pretty quickly if you get your settlements in the right places, all the right cities. The airport one kind of seems initially like it has that same disadvantage because you get 10 coins if you just build nothing on your turn. So you get to accumulate coins pretty quickly, but it costs 30. And as you can see from us playing the game, it takes you a little bit of time before you can even get to that place. And by the time you get to that place, other people will have built stadiums and publishers and cafes and stuff like that that will be taking money from you at the same time. So I feel like that kind of evens out the fact that this is kind of a quote-unquote powerful card. So
Yeah, and typically because you get it so close to the end game, the turns that you take, like if I had stopped and not built anything for even a single turn, Chelsea very likely would have won.
yeah.
So to take a turn and just do nothing to get the 10 coins, it's a risk.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I would say all in all, this is definitely, obviously it's a game that we've played quite a few times. So it's one of our favorites, but I would definitely say this is a good one to purchase. And Machi Koro, I actually got the deluxe edition. I don't know if Target's selling it anymore, but I got the deluxe edition from Target for $30. So Machi Koro is actually one of those games that you don't even have to buy from online for like $50. It's something that you should be able to find at most stores.
It's definitely a good one for families as well. Because it doesn't require that advanced strategic thinking that certain games do, like Catan. You can play with, I would say 7 or 8 year olds even if you had someone helping.
You might even do it with a precocious 6-year-old.
Yeah.
I recommend at least first grade. Kindergartners might have a little bit of tough time with the math, but by first grade they should be getting into it pretty solidly.
So it's just a really good one. It would also be a good game as a gift because it's a very accessible game, and a lot of people can enjoy it even if they're not big board game or card game players. Because some of the other ones like Mysterium and Pandemic, those are hard to give to someone if you don't really know their taste, but this one I feel can be universally loved. So, all right. Anything else, guys?
I think that's it.
Bye!